Now, on Fast Track News. Find out what the future holds for Chauncey Hill Mall. Big developments are on the way.
Plus, spring break starts tomorrow. How is this year's break different after COVID and inflation? Hear what exciting plans many students have to share.
Also, see what Purdue student government did for Mental Health Action Week. Stress relieving and mindfulness activities were available to students, all the way from painting to yoga. All your campus, news, weather, and sports is straight ahead. This is Fast Track News.
Good afternoon, Boilers. I'm Audrey Shirley.
And I'm Daniel Baquez. It's Friday, March 10th. Spring break starts this weekend. But before we get to that, Chauncey Hill Mall has been discussed as a site for new construction for a few years now. Many businesses moved out of this location in anticipation of its demolition, including Hotbox Pizza and Discount Den. New developments of the mall have been finally released. Reporter Ivan Porras has the story.
I'm here in Chauncey Hill Mall on the site of what might be a pretty big development here in West Lafayette. For 43 years, this strip mall has been seen by many students and visitors as they come into the downtown. But as of October, it was purchased for $24 million by Core Spaces, the owner of Hub and the property owners of Campus Edge. The plan includes 620 units, a majority of which would be student-oriented, which includes 1,300 bedrooms. There will also be an underground parking garage and approximately 28,000 square feet of retail and office space. The green space and multi-level plaza will have an outdoor performing venue, terrace seating, all capable of hosting a range of events. The proposed planned development is still in negotiation stages, as the APC and West Lafayette is in their third attempt at redevelopment for this strip mall. The West Lafayette City Council will make their final vote after a rezoning request has been made. Construction is set to start as soon as 2024 and finish by 2027. If completed, Hub Chauncey could be the biggest development in West Lafayette history and could finally solve the lack of housing the town has had. For Fast Track News, I'm Ivan Porras.
Thanks, Ivan. Fast Track will continue to follow these developments as they are released. Switching now to our weather, will we be seeing warmer temperatures again this week, or will we be seeing some more snow?
Meteorologist Anna Taylor is here with the first look at the forecast.
Thanks, guys. We're not really seeing those warm temperatures quite yet. Today's high is 39 degrees with a low of 27, with some decent winds that 10 to 15 miles an hour in those cloudy skies, so we're not really seeing that much of that sun yet. Right now, we're looking at our high of 39, continuing on to 3 p.m. But as we get into the evening hours, 37, 9 p.m., 34, still with those cloudy skies, start to break up a little bit during the nighttime, but does start to thicken back up around midnight at 33 degrees. As a quick look into our weekend forecast, the clouds do start to break up a little bit on Saturday with a high of 40 and a low of 30. But we do have a rain-snow chance on Sunday with a high of 39 and a low of 27. More on that coming up here soon.
The Martin C. Jiske Outstanding International Student of the Year Award is presented each spring. This award recognizes a Purdue undergraduate international senior student who has demonstrated outstanding effort in connecting people of all cultures. Nominations for this award are open until noon on March 17th. Faculty and staff can nominate students who fulfill the award's requirements, which include both academic excellence as well as commitment to leadership and service. The recipient of the award will be chosen by a committee in late March and receive a monetary award.
Purdue Student Government hosted Mental Health Action Week this past week. Students were encouraged to practice mindfulness through many events on campus. Various clubs and organizations participated by hosting events. One of these events was a board breaking and kicking session with the Taekwondo Club. Students could write what was stressing them out on wooden boards and choose to punch or kick away their problems.
So this event is to promote mental health. It's held in the week of Mental Health Action Week so that we can promote releasing stress through board breaking and stuff.
In addition, the PSG Health Endeavors and Empathy Matters Committee, along with organizations like CARE, informed Boilermakers about the importance of mental health in the workplace and what resources and support networks students have after graduation.
So it's not just about industry, it's also about how to deal with rejection, how to deal with burnout. These things still apply to the academic setting, and we're trying to teach people that they can also apply in the job setting as well. And just being able to form those healthy routines and those healthy habits so you'll be better set up when you're in your career and on your own.
After a 3-year break due to the COVID-19 pandemic, Spring Fling is set to return this May on Memorial Mall. Spring Fling is an appreciation event held for faculty, staff, graduate student staff, and retirees. Carrie Hansen, Human Resources Senior Talent Management Specialist, said, "We're so excited to bring back this annual celebration, and we hope you'll join us for lunch, entertainment, and lots of activities. These activities include a fitness walk, lawn games, and disc golf. Spring Fling will take place May 25th from 11:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m.
Speaking of spring and spring break, which begins in just a few hours, where's everyone going this year?
Curious minds want to know, and Sunny Lee went to find out.
As you all know, the much anticipated spring break is just around the corner. So, I am going to ask about Purdue students' spring break plans. Boilermakers share their plans for this spring break. Some of them are planning for trips. Kendall Bishop is one of the students who is going to have Lord's trip.
I'm going to the East Coast with my friends, and we're going to go to like New York, DC, Philly, and everything. I live there, so we're going to stay with my family in Delaware, and we're going to go to the beach and everything. None of my friends have been to the East Coast, so we're just going to go all over.
At the same time, some Boilermakers are planning to go home and stay with their families.
I'm just going to go home. I'm going to see my family, of course, and like babysit and just have a nice time.
Most of the students plan to spend the whole week to enjoy their break.
We're going to stay there for a week, so we're leaving Friday and we're coming back next Saturday.
Boilermakers who have been working hard for the half of the semester, I hope this spring break will be your healing time to last for a while. This is Sunny Lee from the Fast Track News.
I heard your sister has some exciting plans coming up, right? She's not going to Florida for spring break.
Correct. My sister is going to be moving to Japan for a year, so I'll have to say goodbye to her over break, which will be pretty sad, but I'm really excited for her. So
yeah. Well, it's supposed to be cold in Florida anyway. So.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah. All right, and still to come. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt. Boilermakers tell us what they think is the most overrated spring break destination.
And 2 local businesses are making big changes. One is finally easing up on COVID-era restrictions, while one is considering closing its doors for good. Plus,
the Purdue Climate Action Collective is holding its first town hall meeting about reducing emissions here at Purdue University. I'll have the full story right after this break.
What does mental health mean to me?
Mental health means to me.
Mental health means to me.
I think it's essential.
Mental health, I think, is something that is not as acknowledged as physical health.
Putting my emotional well-being at the top of my priority list.
I would say it means taking care of my mind, body, and soul.
Mental health means to me checking in with myself and what I'm feeling.
I maintain my mental well-being by stopping to smell the roses.
I maintain my mental health by being able to set aside time to do things I enjoy.
I get my nails done a lot. That makes me feel nice.
Spending time with family, celebrating my sports teams, and exercising.
I just take some lazy days off through my schedule once or twice a week, depending on the level of burnout I feel.
By taking a step back and doing something I enjoy, such as cooking or hanging out with friends.
Mental Health Action Week.
Mental Health Action Week.
Mental Health Action Week.
All day.
All day.
All day.
Every day.
Every day. Every day.
Over 80 faculty members and hundreds of undergraduate and graduate students make up the Purdue Climate Action Collective. This week, the PCAC held a town hall meeting right here in Hyler Theater. Let's take a look inside to see what members of the community had to say. Many students, faculty, and members of the community gathered at Wilmeth Active Learning Center Tuesday evening. This was the Purdue Climate Action Collective first public town hall. This was the official launch of the PCAC campaign. The campaign asked Purdue one simple request: reduce emissions. In Hyler Theater, the event featured several students, faculty, and guests speaking on behalf of the campaign.
We are a land-grant institution that, by definition, is supposed to be committed to serving the state and contributing to the betterment of our country.
Our companies are supporting, and if we can slowly, as a student body, move more people to really care about this movement and to know how important it is, like every single action that you do, just to all be leading towards this common goal.
Even audience members were able to take part in the discussion by asking questions and even giving their own input on the campaign's initial goals.
If we do get a meeting with the administration, I think we need to make sure that the message that we send is vetted by people who disagree with us, right, who think really differently.
When asked, students mentioned how important it is for people of the community to be educated on this matter.
For me and for people in my major and people with similar majors, it's easy to see the importance of certain actions and policies. But for other people, it's probably not the case. And not as many people know as much as we do. And so it's important to educate people so they can be aware of how important their voice is in matters like this and why they need to use it.
Purdue is currently the only Big Ten institution that does not have a public commitment to reducing carbon emissions. The Purdue Climate Action Committee is devoted to encourage the university to take action immediately. Reporting for Fast Track News, I'm Julia Prickett.
The Purdue Exponent reported that a longtime business near campus may close. Vaughn's has been a staple at Purdue for 54 years. The owner, John von Erdmannsdorf, said he's considering a tough decision due to rising property taxes and theft. He added that no final decision has been made yet. Vaughn's is well known for having a large variety of stone beads, records, and book selections, such as comic books, card games, trinkets, stuffed animals, and much more. Operating the store since its beginning and still working 7 days a week, Erdmannsdorf said the thought of closing is a difficult thought considering his family's history. He has seen his daughter grow up in the store and hears from the Purdue and local community about the memories they share there.
Another local business near campus is making changes, but this is good news. Bruno's Pizza and Big O's Sports Room has been a popular eatery for the campus community since the 1950s. The restaurant has been primarily carry-out only since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic back in 2020. But as of this week, the dining room is back open.
Speaking of those spring break plans, we're springing forward with daylight saving time Saturday night into Sunday. Not just spring forward, but we're also seeing that system from Sunday into Monday with that rain-snow mix with those lower temperatures. But if you're looking really forward to spring, hold on just a little bit longer because early next week, our temperatures will start to rise. But with those rising temperatures, we have a cost with some rain chances in the near future.
Hi there, my name is Vikram Jaithlak and I'm the founder and president of the Purdue chapter of the University Blood Initiative. Over the past 2 years, we've been able to collect over 300 pints of blood to be donated to local hospitals, and you can be the next one to help out.
I donate my blood at the University Blood Initiative.
Hi, I just donated blood through the University Blood Initiative.
Hi, I just donated blood through the University Blood Initiative at Purdue.
Right, I donated my blood through the University Blood Initiative at Purdue.
And I donated my blood at University Blood Initiative at Purdue.
This morning, you probably saw that remnants of that system that we saw yesterday with that rain, snow, sleet mix. But as you can see up here in the northern region, you do see that system starting to move in that we talked about for Sunday. But if you were going to Chicago for the Boilermakers today, you probably ran into some snow, maybe about 2-3 inches. Even places in Michigan with this system yesterday got even maybe up to 9 inches. But going down to sunny Florida is not looking so sunny, actually. We're seeing a couple of chances of rain, maybe on Monday and then going into Wednesday and Thursday also. But I also would recommend to pack a jacket and some long pants, especially if you're going early in the week. Early in the week, it's going to be about 50s and 60s, but every day will drop down to the 50s and 60s anyway. If you're going to around Orlando, you are going to see those upper 70s, lower 80s later on in the week. But here in West Lafayette, we are seeing some cloudy skies, some sun. It's really hit or miss depending on the day. Sunday, we have that rain snow chance with a high of 39. Monday, Tuesday, we're going to see some of those clouds. Monday more so. It starts to break up Tuesday, Wednesday with a high of 39, 47. So our temperatures are going to be feeling more like spring, especially going into Thursday with a high of 52. But with warm temperatures come some showers.
Just ahead, the postseason may just be getting started, but the awards are already piling in for the Boilers. Zach Edey is the Big Ten Player of the Year. Matt Painter is the AP Big Ten Co-Coach of the Year. And the freshman duo of Braden Smith and Fletcher Lawyer also receive honors from the league. But the big question is, just how far can this team go? It's March, and I'm Brendan Gorham, so don't go away. Sports is next.
Here we go again. Another season under the lights of Mackey Arena. And at first glance, things may seem familiar. But make no mistake, a lot has changed. Our fans, louder. Our players, better. A lot better. This is the season where things change. The season where we're not defined by the moments of yesterday. This is the season where we chase the promised land. The season where records are broken. The season where history is made. Boilermaker basketball has returned. Every rebound, every three, every outrageous dunk. It's all right here on Fast Track.
Happening as we speak, Purdue men's basketball starts their postseason in the Big Ten tournament. The Boilers have already won the Big Ten regular season title, and now they hope to add more hardware with the tournament championship. And then it's on to the big dance. We will find out just where and when they will play on Selection Sunday, hopefully hours after they hoist the Big Ten tournament trophy. We'll continue to cover those stories and update you as they come. So now let's rewind a few days back to relive the glorious scene in Mackey Arena when the Boilermakers defeated Illinois 76-71 to cement themselves as the first Big Ten team since 2014 to win the conference by at least 3 games on Sunday. Confetti exploded on the Purdue men's basketball team celebrating their 25th Big Ten championship. Players hoisted up the championship trophy, bursting with emotion as the reality set in. After a gruelingly long, hard season, they were finally crowned champions. A storybook ending in a storybook setting for the final game in Mackey Arena this season. While the final score makes it appear as it was a tight-knit match, it took a ferocious Illinois comeback to make it close. The Boilermakers exploded out to a 24-point lead in the first half, in large part thanks to Brandon Newman's 15 first-half points. Newman hadn't started a game this season with the freshman duo of Braden Smith, Fletcher Lawyer, and junior Ethan Morton ahead of him in the lineup, but after a gritty effort on offense and defense against Indiana, head coach Matt Painter rewarded him with the opportunity to start against Wisconsin. And one more game after that, he was scoring a season-high and team-high 19 points against the Illini. You're probably wondering how the Big Ten Player of the Year did. Zach Edey, he did his thing, 17 points along with 6 rebounds, finishing the season as the Big Ten's leader in scoring, rebounding, and field goal percentage in conference games. Looking ahead at the Big Ten and NCAA tournament, if Purdue is going to make a deep run, forward Mason Gillis may be one reason why they get there. The junior broke the record for the most three-pointers in Mackey Arena earlier this season. He's one of the most experienced members of the team, and he sat down with reporter Gabriella Chu to tell us more about the person behind the player.
My dad played in college. Mom, she ran cross country in college. Sister played volleyball in college, so it was definitely the next step after high school. What it was going to be, I wasn't for sure for a long time, and then eventually basketball came into play.
For Mason Gillis, the next step became playing for Purdue University, but the journey to getting to that goal wasn't easy.
But no, I didn't expect to sit out 2 years, but I think it was one of the best things that's happened to me. I learned so much in that first year, and I got here hoping that I'd be ready to play, be up to speed, and just be healthy enough, but I wasn't. I still needed to learn some things on the basketball side too, and just get comfortable playing at the different level.
From being one of the top 5 teams in the nation, Gillis discussed what this means to him and the support that he's received.
It's a special feeling, and I got a similar feeling a long time ago whenever my team was going to the Little League World Series. Just kind of like once in a lifetime like feelings, like you just have a different energy with the group of people you're around. Everybody's trying to fight to get to a common goal. You love what you do, and you love the people that you're around. So every day it doesn't feel like a burden or something I have to do. It's I get to go to the gym today. I get to go to the gym tomorrow. And it feels good whenever a lot of the other people are thinking that way too. Everybody's on the same page. I wouldn't change anything for the world because Purdue has great fans, great community here, and then I can feel the support. It's more support than pressure to do anything. Everybody just tells me to keep being me, and so that reinforcement of what I'm doing is working feels good and helps me keep on going.
The full interview with more on Gillis' journey will come following March Madness. Reporting for Fast Track Sports, I'm Gabriella Chu.
The Purdue women's basketball team are also hoping to hear their name called on Sunday when the brackets are released for March Madness. The Boilermakers haven't made it to the big dance since 2017, and after year 2 of the Katie Gerald's era, this could be the year. The Boilers finished the season at number 7 in the conference with an overall record of 19-10. It was good enough to place them in the Big Ten tournament against Wisconsin last week. After erasing an 18-point deficit, Jayla Smith hit a game-winning 3 with only a few seconds to go to advance the Boilers on to the next round. It was there where Caitlin Clark and the Iowa Hawkeyes laid the Boilers to rest, but it was not without a fight and newfound confidence. Head coach Katie Gerald's tweeted, "Proud, we belong." For their sake, we hope the selection committee agrees, as we will find out if their season will be extended on Sunday night. While the women's basketball team competed in Minneapolis, the wrestling team traveled to Ann Arbor to compete in the Big Ten tournament. As a team, the Boilermakers finished 9th with 47 team points, but that's not to say its best wrestlers didn't come to play. Parker Phileas had a thrilling upset victory over Northwestern's Frankie Tal-Shahar to secure 5th place. In fact, Phileas secured the match-winning takedown with only 1 second to go in the 3rd period. I guess it was a buzzer-beating weekend all around for Purdue athletics. Meanwhile, at 125, Matt Ramos finished 3rd behind Spencer Lee and Liam Cronin after defeating Minnesota's Patrick McKee with a 2-1 decision win. Kendall Coleman had an unfortunate ending to his tournament, losing 3 straight en route to a 6th place finish. All 3 will be joined by Hayden Kopass, the heavyweight, who placed 7th, when they traveled to Tulsa, Oklahoma to compete in NCAAs next week. On the diamond, baseball and softball both had successful weekends, each going 3-1. Paul Tates and Kyle Iwinski were the guys leading the way for baseball coach Greg Goff. Both shared Big Ten awards this week for their play. Tates went 9 of 15 on his at-bats, which included 2 home runs, earning him Big Ten Player of the Week. On the mound, Iwinski must have had an ace up his sleeve, because he was dealing, retiring 21 of 22 batters he faced in his first ever start. The Boilers will need them to keep dominating as they travel to play the defending national champs, Ole Miss, this weekend. Keep the awards coming, because Tyrena Jones also earned Big Ten Player of the Week for softball. Her 2 home runs and 6 RBIs were part of an excellent offensive weekend where the team scored 16 total runs. This weekend, the team travels to play at the Louisville Slugger Invitational, where they play 5 games in 3 days. We'll call it at that for this week. Lots of excitement going around in Purdue athletics, but stay tuned. Fast Track will be right back after this quick timeout.
So I am the president of the ski club. I'm pretty decent at skiing, I would say, but I still am cautious and reserved when I ski. And Copper, one of the other officers, was like, "We're hitting this today. The last day, we're gonna do it, and you're gonna come up with me." He really convinced me, and we got to the top of the lift, and as we were going up the lift was literally like this. Then we get to the top, and I was angry. We're looking over this ridge and you can't see where the hill goes. You're looking over the edge and you don't see anything. Once I got over that little ridge and I was able to kind of see where I was going, once I got to the bottom, it was like a great accomplishment. If you want to have the time of your life, definitely check out Purdue Ski and Snowboard Club.
Want to try something new? How about learning an Irish jig? Come leap into the semester with the Irish Dance Club. No experience is necessary, so come to a meeting at the Stewart Center from 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. Mondays and Wednesdays. See you there.
All right, it's time for a question of the week. With spring break right around the corner, students are discussing where they're traveling to.
However, some had things to say about popular travel destinations. Find out what spring break destination Boilermakers think are the most overrated. Turns out everyone we spoke to had the same answer.
What is the most overrated spring break destination?
I gotta say Florida.
Why?
I don't know. Everybody I talk to goes to Florida.
Yeah.
But it's fun though. So
Most overrated spring break destination. Probably Miami,
Why?
Florida. It's expensive and it's not as fun as like, I don't know, maybe going to like California or like New York or Chicago or somewhere like that. It is warm though.
Most overrated spring break destination. Well, I was just thinking about this, probably Florida.
Okay.
I feel like everybody goes to Florida, right?
Yeah.
And if everyone's going to Florida, like it's just gonna be so crowded.
Oh yeah, I know.
The most overrated spring break destination probably would be Florida.
Why?
I would say just because, I mean, everybody goes there. And to my personal opinion, there's so many better options. This year, for example, I'm going to Egypt for spring break. Or I know a good portion of my friends are actually going skiing for spring break. I would say that one's probably more underrated because there's a lot less traffic.
Yeah.
Compared to, you know, if you traditionally ski in the winter, it's a lot more foot traffic versus if you go to spring break or in select destinations over the summer, there's a lot higher quality snow and a lot less people.
I don't know. I feel like somewhere, I don't know, Miami. I'm sure it's really fun, but like the prices and everything, especially during spring break. I mean, you could go anywhere in Florida for the same price and probably get at least most of the same experience.
I would have to say literally anywhere in Florida.
Oh.
I think there's too many people and like it just doesn't seem like it'd be fun if there's like a ton of people crowding the beaches and just a lot of partying and rowdiness.
Okay.
Speaking of those spring break plans, we're springing forward with daylight saving time Saturday night into Sunday. Not just spring forward, but we're also seeing that system from Sunday into Monday with that rain-snow mix with those lower temperatures. But if you're looking really forward to spring, hold on just a little bit longer because early next week, our temperatures will start to rise. But with those rising temperatures, we have a cost with some rain chances in the near future.
And Taylor Barrett is here with our social media this week.
Are you up to date with all the recent content on our Instagram page? Our team has been across campus getting you all the information from events happening this week. Follow at Purdue Fast Track News on Instagram for courtside views of the men's basketball team receiving their Big Ten trophy, a look at what's to come for the future of Chauncey Hill Mall, and a chat with organizers hosting Purdue Mental Health Action Week. Plus, spring break has arrived and we want to see what Boilermakers have planned for their week off. Send us your photos and videos through our DMs if you want to be featured on our page next week.
That's all for this week's show. I'm Audrey Shirley. Fast Track will be off the air next week for spring break, but we'll be back on March 24th with all your campus news, weather, and sports.
And I'm Daniel Beckes. Whether you have big travel plans or not, have a relaxing and safe spring break. Boilermakers.
Have you been interested in joining a dance group on campus? Well, then the Higher Ground Dance Company is the perfect group for you to join. Whether you've danced for years or have never stepped foot on the dance floor, all levels of experience are accepted. HGDC is a student-run organization that puts on a showcase at the end of every semester, and all proceeds are donated towards the Andrea Rizzo Foundation. The Andrea Rizzo Foundation is a phenomenal nonprofit organization that provides dance therapy to children with cancer, special needs, and other illnesses. Not only are we doing what we love, but we are giving back in return. So come audition this fall of 2023 to make a difference, and come see our spring showcase on April 30th. Hope to see you there.